Okay, Starcade Hellraiser here. Yes, Aniero, this is one of my YouTube videos. Basically to talk a little bit about what went down yesterday, January 31st, on Limit Break Radio episode 49. I'm going to give you a little video to kind of go behind. This is another one of those Rustling the Jimmies videos. This is my friend Eros with her boyfriend Argus Harbinger. He's the tank, she's... I forget what that is, actually, but basically, I'm explaining this Midgardsomr fight and all that kind of stuff. She's a summoner. She's a summoner, so it's, so basically, and I also want to congratulate my friend Eros. She now has 3.0 access. She has completed the main storyline all the way through 255 and is in 3.0. So congratulations on that. Now, while we have this video going, yesterday went a little bit better than I expected, to be perfectly honest with you. I got a little bit more edgewise than I thought I would. You know, he declared me boring. Part of that, again, is just a function. I just couldn't get into a screaming match with the guy with a lot of the stuff that I'm dealing with in my real life and all that kind of stuff. And he got his licks in and nobody solved anything. Nobody's minds were changed. It was what it was. There are a couple of things we agree upon, and Kahlo had a little bit of a misunderstanding, kind of middle of it, that Aniero was able to successfully correct him on. Kahlo actually thought that I was meaning Final Fantasy XI after the game became soloable, and Aniero corrected him. I would much rather, I mean, this is basically what 14 is now. 14 is effectively a soloist game, and you just plug yourself in. I mean, great example, you know, this fight. I mean, both the summoner and the healer in this fight were brand new to the fight. You know, this was part of their 255 clear, and Argus wasn't even on his main tank. He was on Dark Knight. Only I was really on my main job with my 207 summoner, or excuse me, 207 dragoon. But basically, the thing of it is that this game is a lot more like what now is a lot more like the soloable game that 11 became, especially when the situation got to 99. You know, you just plug yourself in with the duty finder and you go from there. So that was basically kind of one thing I think Aniero and I both agreed on, which, you know, he understood where I was going with what I don't want this game to become. I'm trying to recall the second thing we agreed on. I know we agreed on like two things here, but again, the biggest problem with this is he does not understand that it makes no functional difference as to personal philosophies. I get what he wants to believe good being is a matter of personal philosophy. I had a very nasty revelation about this in my real life in 2005. I'm not going to go over it right now, but I mean, this is not just something that I just came up with to piss off Aniero, or simply because of the fact, although it has been very easy for me to do so, that it basically is just a matter of trying to get, you know, everybody's Jimmies in a rustle. But the fact of the matter is it is much more important, as I found out in these social settings, as to who you are than what you do. And it's one of the reasons that, you know, when you talk about, you know, looking in the mirror because everybody hates you and all that kind of crap, that's where it gets to the point where it ceases to be meaningful to continue in the process at all. It's one of the reasons I said what I said, and I stand behind what I said. They are going to have to get rid of me if they want to succeed. And that's not in any way discernible to that. I mean, look at what Eros just did there. That was kind of bad. that she was well outside the thing, never made an effort to get into the invincibility thing. She doesn't have to. She's going to recover from this. 3 of us are going to hold down the fort here in a very difficult healer-intensive fight while she gets up off the deck. And it's like, what just makes this so perplexing to me is I've tried to make clear, end of the day, it doesn't matter the personal philosophy regarding this. For any of 100 reasons I put in these videos, and I put as many of those, he didn't want to listen to facts, he didn't want to listen to numbers, he didn't want to see the complete lack of clear rates, especially 3-0 to 3-1. Those that were clearing 3-0 but did not clear 3-1. And it's like, especially in the American game, that's quite a few players. And the problem with his argument is that if you want to do that, then at some point you almost will have to tie your social use to the MMO community, to your ability to play the game. That's what I'm going to. I am not in any way any degree of illusions on that realm. And to me, the motherfucker just needs to understand that he can talk about personal philosophies all he wants. They can all be whatever they want as far as all that stuff is concerned. At the end of the day, though, you are going to have to basically make a major alteration into how this game is played, into how this game is addressed in the North American community especially. You do not have hope otherwise. If you are right, Aniero Grigori, this game is already dead. It's gone. It's not going to be saved. And you can sit here and you can talk about personal philosophies all you want. There's already a game on the market that is like this. It's World of Warcraft. And as many problems as it's had, the fact of the matter is Final Fantasy XI was a very problematic game for a community of players who had no desire to really play the game with any sense of rules, honor, or anything else. 14, I believe they tried to rectify the situation. They tried to rectify a lot of the problems. That's why I gave that 2010 article from Kotaku. You're not going to even the playing field to people who don't have that much time to play if at the end of the day you are going to require players to play the game and study the game and practice the game and all the rest of this. It's just not something they're going to be able to do. Even me, who has a lot of time from time to time to play the game, can't necessarily commit to 8 o'clock every Tuesday night for 3 hours. That's going to leave me out no matter what happens. And that's social. That's not in any way, just simply lack of skill. And then when you start taking a look at just the utter face roll nature of a lot of this is where it just gets really questionable. And yet you get a thing like this Midgardsomr thing, knowing the healers knew, knowing that the summoners knew, and that's fist pumper right there. Because not only you get a good win for your friend and get a good clear for your friend, you also are able to help things out. So basically yesterday solved nothing either way. He can believe otherwise. Yeah, the power outage at his building kind of could be a nice little karmic thing, and I had a little fun with the LBR community on that, since everybody thought that I was probably the cause of it. Well, they can believe what they want. I certainly wouldn't mind being an undercover guardian to give him a little bit of a screw up, but there you go, that's what it is. So the videos will continue and all that kind of stuff will be done, and I'm not going to worry about it, They're going to have said their piece, and I will do the same. So basically, once again, this is Starcade Hellraiser, just kind of, giving my little side of it. I'm sure that I got a section of the LBR Green Room video. I'm not going to merit it. I'm not going to post it. If you're so inclined, you can go to the Limit Break Radio page. They basically made their Patreon Green Room video public this week in exchange for the power outage that basically cut the show short. But basically the videos will continue. Nobody's mind was changed. Let's be honest about it. So we're just going to deal with it. We're going to go on. You know, I'm not going to be welcoming his show. Hey, that's fine. We're all good. So this is Starcade Hellraiser once again telling you, get good is very, very dead.